Hello and welcome to a very overdue video about off-road recovery and the stuff I carry around. Now, I'm not speaking for the group at the moment, but I am a member of this Colorado 4x4 Rescue and Recovery. So I do know a little bit more than what I used to know before joining, and I just thought I'd share some of the stuff I carry around, both to recover other 4x4 vehicles, but just as important, to self-rescue myself should I be in that situation, and sort of I guess give myself a little insurance. I do a lot of stuff alone. So anyway, what is it that I carry? Let's go over some really easy stuff first, and that is carry a little doormat for changing clothes or just not getting goo on myself when I'm kneeling around. A little gardening pad, or promotion pad as my neighbor calls it, for those rocky areas where you're just kneeling on sharp edges. And let's see here. These guys are just tool rolls. I won't really go into there. I don't pretend to be a mechanic, so I just got some very basic stuff. This guy here, I can't find my GoPro, so I've got to do this one-handed. This guy here is just sort of a cheap $100 jump start, which I've used a number of times. Works really great, actually. It was just kind of like a generic brand, but yeah, I've used that a number of times to help people out. This is a Grit branded tire deflation kit. Okay, well, this doesn't really have anything to do with doesn't necessarily have anything to do with getting yourself unstuck. On the other hand, if you haven't aired down your tires already and you're stuck, maybe just airing them down a little bit in that sandy or muddy terrain might be enough to get you unstuck. And then this guy here, oh, actually right there, Speedy Seal puncture repair kit. This is I haven't had to use this outside of a training scenario, but do recommend getting the ones that are all metal. And this one's pretty nice. It's got everything you need right there. It's got a couple extra bits, a little bit of lube. Pretty nice kit. There's just a power bank, Balder maybe, just sort of keep my stuff charged. Obviously running a winch, so I got my winch controller there. Let's skip over to this side of the table. This stuff here, these are all accessories for the High Lift Extreme. So this guy here, you could hook. It's mostly made for older vehicles. I supposedly hook on the bumper. This guy here is really nice because it slides on, and it'll fit right on your rock sliders, and it'll kind of stop your jack from maybe sliding out to one side or the other. So this is pretty cool. I've used it a couple times, and yeah, it always works. Works really good, actually. And in fact, when I was installing my rock sliders, did I use that for this? No, I didn't. I used jack stands to hold them up. Let's see here. So obviously I don't have the high lift out. It's attached right now. This is 30 feet of 3-inch, so it's got like a supposed, I don't know, like 30,000 pounds or something like that. It's I actually don't use it too much. I kind of wish I only had 2-inch strap, because that's kind of overkill, and it takes up you know, you could get something that takes up a lot less space. Coming down here, let's look at you guys. So this this hitch receiver is cool because you see it's got two different holes, so you can have your bow shackle either in the horizontal position or the side-to-side position. So if you're planning on doing some towing, it'd be actually nice if your shackle can go back and forth like that. So I really like having that right there. I'm surprised they don't all do it, but they don't when you're looking for these kind of aftermarket receivers. And this actually happens to be a factor 55. I've got a ton of their gear, but a factor 55, quote unquote, I think rated pin. Well, I don't know how necessary that is. Oh, let's skip over here. So this guy here, this is really great. I've got a couple different sizes. This is the one I carry in the vehicle. This quick buck saw folds down super small like that. I think this is the 36-inch model, maybe 30. But it folds down super small. It's you know, it's fairly safe to transport in this folded configuration. And you know, sometimes maybe if you slid off the trail, all you need is to cut down some little sapling that's right there. And of course, you know, I got a crowbar here, and then a Fisker's axe. So you know, this guy and this guy, there's much for camping as for off-road, but just kind of decided to pull them out, and we'll get to this bag in a little bit. We got here, that's a pin. I usually carry a second one of these, and it's not in the back right now, so I got to look for that in the garage. You'll see I've got a bunch of these rated for overhead lifting bow shackles. These orange ones, they're all made by a company called CM. I forget what it stands for now. But any place that sells overhead lifting stuff, they have like Crosby, and then this is kind of the other big company. But they're rated to, these are, I believe, they're super strong anchor model. 3/4 inch pin. And their working load is 6.5 tons with I think a safety factor of like 5. So it's a pretty insane braking strength. And well before you reach that, you know, these are supposed to be obviously deformed, so you know what's about to break. But this is probably the strongest thing. This is not the fuse in the system, at least the way I'm configured. We've got a worn pulley here, or pulley block. And this one's kind of cool because it's got this little grease fitting, so you can sort of spew some grease in there and keep it lubed up, which I think is pretty cool. So this is for redirects or for multiplying the force, you know, doing a 2-in-1 or a 3-in-1 system. So these little guys here are a set of, they're called tow hooks or transit hooks, and these guys aren't rated for much. Yeah, especially these, they're just 4,000 pounds. They're not really supposed to be for recoveries, but so often, you know, you come up to a vehicle and they have very little to hook up to. And so, you know, if we're not going to be doing an extreme pull, you know, we can find a little hole somewhere underneath to slide those guys in and then pull, which incidentally is a great segue into this beast. Actually, let me pull this over here. So this is sort of a equalized version of that. You can see I keep I try to tape my gear, kind of like climbers, mountaineers. I got one super reflective, and then one glow-in-the-dark piece of tape on a lot of these things. So that's what we're looking at. This big link here is like a 6,000 pounds working load limit. And then you got these 3-inch straps. This comes from the tow community, actually. And then you have, another set of cluster hooks. These are rated a bit higher, aren't they? 5,400 pounds. So used this a number of times actually, and I don't think I've actually used the tow clusters, but for a number of like Jeep Wrangler pulls, we've sort of just put this over the front tow hooks, and then we had, we hooked this up to our winch or winch extension, whatever it is we were doing at the time, and then you could kind of have, that load split between the two, and it's kind of convenient. It doesn't self-equalize, it's only equalized in one sort of direction of pull, but that's proven to be a pretty nice little bit of kit there. Let's see, what else do we got? Here we got a tree saver. I believe this is a Bubba rope version of the tree saver. So it's just shorter strap to basket around a tree. And these guys here are pretty cool. Let's see, I've got a lot of Factor 55 stuff. They're shorty straps, shorty 3. They're just little 3-footers. There's actually 2 here. But you can sort of see what they're rated to there. And the idea behind these is if you're going to, instead of carrying heavy chains to wrap around part of a frame maybe, on a rollover or something where you just don't have anything else to connect to, you can use these really heavily reinforced shorty straps to wrap around those metal components and, not introduce a failure. So really like those. Those are pretty cool. And then I got some motorcycle tie down / I don't think these are technically ratchet straps, but they do pull through and cam. So they're a little bit higher rated. You're not really going to be doing a recovery with these, but you might be using these to like lash a piece of the car together. Carry those. And let's see, what else do we got? What are we moving on to here? I think that's everything on the table. I'm not going to go through the tools. All right, let's go through the bag. Get this stuff out of the way. So anybody familiar with sort of off-road recovery knows what's in here? Probably. Alright. So we've got a rope protector, which you might recognize for fire rescue or rappelling. You can just sort of put it around the rope where it might like touch the ground. So this sort of keeps it sliding over this and kind of keeps it from getting damaged by rocks. I've got a bunch of soft shackles, and it's important whether you're looking at the hard shackles or the soft shackles to get them from a reputable place. There's a ton of these just that might have a rating, but it's like, some unknown Chinese manufacturer. And especially with these bow shackles here, they when they get tested, there's a working load limit and then there's a failure point. And what they find when people do test these is that sort of the no-name Chinese brand will fail around or even before their working load limit by a little bit. So you definitely don't want that happening. So get them, they're expensive, but get them from a reputable, US-based manufacturer that's known for putting out gear like this. So this one was made by this C4RS Cars, who's an off-road trainer We got these two Bubba's. This is a safe extract. They all kind of come with, you know, stats. And what I like about this one from Cars, it's super short. I kind of wish it wasn't that short, but it did have this tubular webbing over it for protection. And these guys here, they didn't come with it, but I also bought from Bubba Rope these little Velcro protectors that work kind of just like that. Just sort of little extra protection when you're pulling against something that maybe isn't, is potentially damaging or abrasive. And then of course, you can see I like to keep, this is of course my kinetic rope from Bubba Rope, and for convenience sake, I like to keep a shackle on one end, or actually this one might probably have two. Yeah. So it's kind of ready to go. I can just pull it out. I already got a shackle on there, and connect it up. Get you out of the way. So we got a winch extension, same idea. Got a shackle already attached. That's just on one side, I think. So it's ready to go. And on my winch, I've got 80 feet, and this guy here is another 50. So that's not bad. And then if I need to, I got 30 with the that strap over there. So that's not bad for one person. Let's see what else we got. This winch extension I got from Custom Splice, which was kind of convenient. They spliced kind of exactly what I wanted. It's got the nice metal sort of pass-through eyelets, and this one came with a rope protector. I think this is like AM steel or something like that. So good stuff. Here's another safe extract tool, the X-Lock, which is used for shortening a line. And you can also belay with this, like if you needed to. A couple weeks ago I was in an advanced recovery training, and we used 1 and 2 of these to belay a car down a hill. We'll use these a lot for primarily for shortening a line before we do like sort of a pendulum sort of recovery. Here's a couple dowels again with my super reflective and then the glow in the dark. These are just Delrin, but you can kind of use these the same way as this. This one's a bit easier, and but of course these are cheaper. That's a fast fid for splicing your rope. Oh, you got an extra hitch pin for that other missing receiver that I'm not sure where it went to. And then a pair of gloves, an extra pair of gloves in there. I think that's it, right? Yeah, that looks like it. So, the stuff I pulled out, it really covers a pretty wide range of problems. There's the sort of simple tire repair, jump starting, obviously pulling the kinetic rope, winching something that can be pretty far away. I can redirect, or I've actually got a second pulley that I'm trying to get a little bit better one, but I can redirect my line. I can stretch out like 130 feet. I've got this guy for shortening, like I can use it on this separately to anchor the rear vehicle while I pull the front or something. I got a couple different sets of these toe clusters here, transit hooks, to sort of pull out a vehicle that doesn't have anything else. A couple different ways to use the high lift. High lift is an underappreciated, underused tool. What else? A couple different ways to attach with these guys. Tree saver. Yeah, that's it. I think that's my loadout. So hope you've. I guess I didn't really go into any of the details of how to use these things, but that was never the point of the video. So just kind of show you what I do carry. This is my everyday sort of carry in the vehicle. Takes up probably 2/3 of the drawer, and yeah, I mean, you get some use. People are very happy when you know, they're in the middle of nowhere thinking that they're stuck good, and you roll up and you got like all kinds of stuff to yard sale on the side of the trail and help them out. So hope you enjoyed, and yeah, be careful out there.